Okay, so does anyone remember chat-ops? It was super trendy in like 2015, right? But observability has come a long way since then. And we think we've invented like the next generation of this shit, so we're about to present it to you today. Over to Sam to kick off.
Be prepared to be floored by BatOps, also known as the future. I really hope. So, this all started with the blessing bat. And what is the blessing bat, you may ask? I really hope that Google Slides animation doesn't fail me now. So it all started with this little meme. We don't know who you are, Skellylicious, but thank you. And this is the northern ghost bat, which is this adorably grumpy little bat. And a Google image search is well worth your while because it's freaking amazing. So we decided that we would, not really sure how the idea came about. I think a lot of alcohol was involved. But we decided that we would create a sort of a visual signal when a positive event happens. So I guess to explain, Near Street, we hook up shop inventory systems with Google, and we decided that we create a sort of a literal bat signal whenever a shop signed up to our service. So we decided that we would have a little bat that would glow with flashing lights, just as like a little fun, little positive reminder that this magical thing had happened. So we started on our adventure. The materials that we would need: one stuffed bat, Exhibit A. We found a lovely lady in Ukraine on Etsy who made these beautiful handcrafted bats that we then very quickly realized we were going to have to tear apart and put LEDs in. We would need a Raspberry Pi. We decided to use the Raspberry Pi Zero because it's a very small Raspberry Pi, and we couldn't be bothered to hook up Wi-Fi, so Wi-Fi enabled, they make it like that now. We also needed some color-changing LEDs to make our bat glow, some resistors so that we didn't burn everything down, and some jumper jerky, which is just little wires that you plug in. We also needed a power source, and it turned out that we needed many miles of electrical tape, it seemed. When you're like taping together fiddly little bits of wires, it feels like it's a million miles.
So we also did some node.js to make this thing literally work. We built two lambdas, one called Swarm and one called Shell. And one of them writes DynamoDB, and the other, when something happens, it's all based on one row of a table. Like one row is one bat, each little increment, so it's super hacky and kind of just about works. We have made a point to read how many positive events happens, and also decrements when we read them. And it is all behind API gateway with an API key because we are a professional organization. When this happens, the Pi bolts up and switches on LED when a shop signs up. It's pretty cool.
I can't take credit for this name, echolocation. My colleague came up with this idea. So this is the program we had to put on the Pi itself. So we had to go into the deep, dark world of Python. So first step was we had to write a little function that would trigger the LEDs. So we used a little library that would just work with the pins. If you've ever seen a Raspberry Pi or something similar, there are little pins that you plug into, and you can program those with Python. Then we then had a second function that would check the aforementioned BatOps API to see if there was anything new, and if there was anything new, how many new things there were. So it'd be like a little total, and it would say, it's greater than 0. It's my time to shine, literally. And then we had systemd, which, to be fair, I don't fully understand. My wonderful colleague who understands Linux a lot better than I do managed to get that running. So every 10 seconds, it basically echolocates, pings out to the API to see if an event has happened. And if it has, it does a little flash. Little disclaimer, this is not the most efficient method. Getting a Raspberry Pi to ping every 10 seconds, it was the only way we could really think of to do it without setting up, so you can set up like port forwarding if you want to kind of like hook up with your router. But honestly, if anyone has a better way, we would love to hear about it at the end. At the end, promise. Okay. Here's another beautiful photo. Seriously, I love this photo so much. Look at his face. Great. Okay. And this is the finished result. So Yeah, every time a shop signs up, this was taken at night. In the daylight, it's a little less obvious. We kind of just quickly look over, just like, is it working? And we can kind of just see like a little flash going on. But it's kind of a sweet little positive reminder. So like something positive has happened that like helps the growth of the company, and we like look over and there's like a little flashing bat, and it's just cute and nice. Why did we do it? Why? Why did we do it?
Well, it's fun to build things on a Friday afternoon after a couple of days. Like, why not? But also, it's fun to realise how stupid you can be with serverless and things are probably still okay. It polls quite frequently, and in the past, however long this thing was, it got called.
It was a month. A week?
It might be a week.
It might have been a week.
It got called 265,000 times in a week, and it's going to be fine. It costs estimated monthly cost is only $1.94. So if you want to deploy something with serverless, you literally have no excuses. It's basically free, even if you do stupid shit.
And it sparks joy. It was very fun. And unfortunately, the joke has been given away, but there was the thrill of potentially burning the building down when we went home for the weekend. The first couple of nights, we left it switched off overnight just in case, and then we just forgot for a week, and we were like, oh, it's still plugged in and we're still here, so it's all good. Cool. Thank you for listening to us ramble.